I don't know the greatest experience you've ever had. Mine was my wedding day. I actually have a picture of it right here. Yeah. I don't know. You guys can kind of see it a little bit. Not a ton. But that's me and my wife. That's me 100 pounds ago. Nice and plump. Yeah. But this was literally 2 minutes after we got married. We were declared husband and wife. We walked down the aisle. They took us in this little room and took that picture of us. And if you really look at it, we are elated with joy. We are overwhelmed with happiness. This is the greatest moment, greatest experience I have ever had. I would say the next greatest moments, happiest moments of my life were when my son and daughter were born. I remember when my daughter was born, I was overwhelmed with joy, but at the same time I had this like conflict because her like face, part of her face was like smashed in temporarily, and the doctors were assuring me it's just temporary, it's gonna pop back out. So I'm worried, but at the same time overjoyed. I get to be a dad. This is amazing. I have a little daughter. This is beautiful. I love it. And then I remember when my little boy was born, same thing. He came out and he was purple. The cord was wrapped around his neck, and I was all freaking out, but at the same time overjoyed. Wow, I get to be a dad to a son, and I get to raise a son to be a God-fearing man. What a privilege. These were the greatest moments of my life. Thrilling days. Thrilling days. No experience on this earth can even compare to all the experiences we'll have in heaven. Those moments but scratch the surface of how beautiful and great and wonderful heaven is. The least joyful experience in heaven, if there is even a least joyful experience in heaven, the least joyful experience in heaven is light years more joyful than the most joyous events on earth. Heaven, departing this life to be with Christ, is far better on every level. The things we long for, the things we may consider to be the greatest joys, are nothing compared to the joys of heaven. Walking your daughter down the aisle, raising your son to be a godly man, getting married, growing old with your spouse, having a quiver full of children, having a house full of grandchildren, being successful financially and retiring early, going on dream vacations. You name something that brings great delight to the people of this earth, and heaven is far better in every conceivable way. We could keep going and going here, but I think we get the point. Heaven is better. We need to remember that in light of the circumstances that this destructive world will bring us. Remember that when you have a friend dying from cancer. Heaven is better. Remember that when you have a family member who suddenly dies before old age. Heaven is better. We'll miss them, but they're not missing out. They're getting a jump start on heaven and the joys of being with Jesus. I'm 32 years old. You guys are aware of my situation, the majority of you. Diagnosed with cancer at the age of 30, 29 actually. I don't know how much longer I have. It might be 6 months. It might be 2-3 years. God might heal me. I don't know. But what I've learned in these last months, these last years, is that life is like a vapor. Life is fragile. I didn't expect to get what I got. I expected to live till I was 83, to walk my daughter down the aisle, to have a house full of grandkids, to grow old with my wife, to raise my son, to fear God. That's what I expected. But that may not be what comes my way. And my point is this: you may not have a bunch of years to make a decision about Jesus. You may have a short window of time. That's why the writer of Hebrews says, today's the day to get right. You know, death can come abruptly. A young man that I went to school with, 31 years old, died in his sleep just a couple weeks ago. Died in his sleep. 31 years old. Death can come abruptly. That's why today's the day of salvation. And if you hear the voice of God, don't harden your heart in rebellion. Don't run from God. God is running to you right now, and he's saying, come give your life to me, and I'll change you. Come give your life to me, and I will forgive you. Come give your life to me, and you will be guaranteed eternal life. Come. I've prepared a place for you in paradise. Come. No matter what you've done, where you've been, how far you've fallen, come. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. I love that. Whoever. It doesn't matter who you are or what you've done.